Pels win another one, yay! But honestly, man, after watching that game, I don't even feel that excited, and it's kind of sad. You know, I used to get excited when the Pels win a game. Man, back when we were actually competing. And I say competing loosely because it was really just to get into the first round of the playoffs, just to get bounced. But at least we had something to play for. Right now, it's just, this season is a bust, and every game just feels like, yay, we win, or more than likely, we lose, and you go on to the next one. So the game starts. DeJounte Murray's out. I'm assuming it's just because he's getting back from his injury still. It's whatever. Start. There's more turnovers, just like the last game. Honestly, Herb Jones at the beginning of the game was the only player to even be out there. It felt like for the Pelicans, he scored like 5 or 6 of the first points. And I was watching the game and I'm like, man, Herb Jones is the only one trying. And then he gets a turnover. As soon as I said that in my head, I'm like, okay, cool. Thanks, Herb, I must be jinxing you, I guess. I know the Kings suck and we also suck, so it's really not a game that a lot of people want to go watch. But man, there was just no energy in the building. It was crazy. It was just dead in there. If there's one thing I could talk about with the Pelicans all day long, it's how on defense, it just always looks like they're not paying attention. It just looks like they're just never there. They're like always just, oh, what? Well, oh shit, we're playing a game. And also, I've said it before, it looks like it hurts them to score. They are struggling to try and get a point. They had a 3-on-2. They throw up a lob, miss, get a putback, miss, try for another putback, miss, finally get into the rebound again, throw it out for a wide open 3 to Herb, miss. What the fuck, man? Can you do anything? Please. You know, if there's one thing I'll give Borrego, props as a coach, I kind of feel like he's pretty good at rotations, kind of mixing it up depending on which team we play. And it's a crazy thing to say that, but watching Willie Green go with the exact same lineup every single day, no matter what team we play, and always sticking with the same people, even if they suck ass. And, you know, maybe it hurts because maybe he isn't playing the right guys, Borrego. But at least he's trying, I guess. I don't know, man. I'm just trying to find some kind of silver lining for this season, okay? Work with me here. DeMar DeRozan, you know, he's been in the league for a while now. His game has that old school, look to it, you know, just the mid-range jumpers. It's kind of fun to watch in a way. It's like nostalgic, you know? But, man, the first quarter, it was pretty slow. Until the end, it kind of sped up a little bit. The Kings walked away 30-26 going into the second quarter. Look, one thing I'll say about Carlo, it seems like every time Carlo plays, he gets a highlight play. Like every time he plays, he either gets a nice dunk, a nice block. He always gets a highlight play. And at this point in the game, Derek Queen was actually, you know, he was kind of the only point of our offense at this point. He was like one of the focal points. He looked pretty good. I mean, later on in the game, he kind of disappeared a little bit, but at this point, hey, it's fun seeing anything Derek Queen and Jeremiah Fears does because they're like our only bright spots looking forward. And anytime they show any kind of promise, it makes me a little happy because I'm like, what else do I got to look forward to? To be honest with you, in my mind, I was watching this game and I said it looked like 2 Make-A-Wish teams were just playing each other and the fans for both sides were just cheering them on, trying to be like, yeah, you got this, even though neither one of us cares because they're both ass. But we're like, yeah, you got it. Yeah. You know, last year, Yves Missi had a lot of bright spots in his game, and you thought, maybe there's something there, you know? And I'm not saying there isn't, because he's still, young. And I'm not giving up on him already. I don't like giving up on young players that fast. But I feel like his development has slowed down way more than I thought it would. I thought he would have a little bit bigger of a jump from year 1 to 2. I will say that getting Derek Queen and trying to give him more minutes definitely put a hamper on it. So I'll be fair with that. And you know, Derek Queen has more potential to me than Yves does. But it just kind of sucks. I'm like, man, Yves, you just look the exact same as last year, playing less minutes though. I don't know. And man, I got so mad watching Derek Queen not box out the guy on a free throw attempt, and the guy gets a putback dunk on Derek. Nobody puts a hand on him. Dude, put a body on a man. What? Pause. But you get what I'm saying. Put a body on him. Box his ass out. I hate that shit, man. It freaking annoys the hell out of me. But hey, Pelicans had a nice run to end the half. You know, they went on an 8-0 run at one point. It was a decent close to the first half. And the Pels were up at halftime, 67-63. That's something. Start of the second half, Pels look pretty good coming out of halftime. You know, it's crazy to me that Russell Westbrook still has a little bit of athleticism in there, you know? You would think with his kind of game, you would always assume that those kind of guys, they lose it quicker because athleticism is the first thing to go. But man, he still has those glimpses. Crazy dunk or a crazy layup or a circus shot that he still pulls off. I'm like, you go, Russell. You go, man. Can everyone just listen to me for 1 second as I say about Trey Murphy that I think he's a phenomenal scorer and I love him. But the man gets so lost on defense all the time. And it's so annoying to watch. He just sits there and all of a sudden this guy just cuts to the rim and he's like, oh shit. I forgot. I play in defense. But the Pelicans do that in general. As a team, they do that. They just get lost and they're like, did you see that guy? He just scored. And they go, oh, I guess it's our turn to score. And then they don't know how to do it because the other team plays defense. Even though this is the shittiest team in the West, debatably with us, they're still playing defense and we look like we're struggling. I mean, don't get me wrong. They stopped playing defense later on in the game and they look like the worst team in the West, which they are. But Hey, Antonio Daniels said it the best. He said how so many people on the Pelicans, how so many guys, they make a mistake, hide their chest, and they go, oh, my bad. And it's like, dude, it's good that you're acknowledging that it's your bad, but there's only so many times you can keep making the exact same mistake until you got to fucking correct it. Okay, cool, you're bad. Don't do that next time. If you keep doing it, nobody gives a fuck that you keep admitting that it's your fault. Who cares that you keep admitting it? You're still doing it. And then I'm not going to lie, and then I kind of zoned out until we had a timeout. But then the Pels went on a pretty good run after that, so hey, I don't know, maybe that worked. But they went up 95-81. That's pretty good. It's the Kings, but hey, I don't get what the Kings' plans are. I don't get it. You fired Mike Brown early in the season last year, who I think is a good coach, and then you just sign some old-ass players, and you just have like a team that's mixed with like old players and young players. Like, what are you doing? I feel like Kings fans probably think that. What are you doing? What is the plan? I don't get it. But the Pelicans finally decide that they want to be the best of the worst, and they take a lead going into the fourth quarter. Third quarter ends 105-91. Yay. And then the fourth quarter comes, and I'm not going to lie, I was pretty bored. I really didn't even like pay attention much. I was just watching the game. It's just happening until Drew Eubanks, he decides to go for a dunk. He grabs the bottom of the net, dunks it. That should be an offensive goaltending, right? Well, none of the three referees saw it because they're all deciding to cosplay as three blind fucking mice. You know, I was going to compliment the Pelicans tonight for their rebounding because I was like, oh, it's better than the last game. You know, their second chance rebounds. But then I watched them give away like 2 or 3 chances on a possession. Okay, and then going into the end of the game, Micah Peavy, there's like 20 seconds left of the game. He gets in to the game for like the final like 30 seconds, right? He gets the ball. There's like 5 seconds left on the shot clock. He drives, goes for a layup. They foul him. He shoots free throws. DeMar DeRozan gets pissed off at him, talking some shit, saying, look at the clock, don't go score. Dude, I think that's one of the bitchiest things in the NBA. Why do teams, when they're losing, the other team can't go score? I don't get it, man. Play the whole fucking game. Play the whole game. Why are you getting mad at a guy for scoring? It's the fucking game. They're playing the game, dude. You play the game too, huh? Why are you going to try to score on the other end? Because you're losing, so you get to score? I've never been a fan of that. Russell Westbrook like grabs him at the end, like starts talking to him like, hey, Rook, don't do that shit. Man, fuck you. Get out of here. We're winning. They can do it. Just stop him. Don't let him score. Isn't that crazy? Wow, they solved it. But the Pels win 133-123. Yay. Cool. I don't know, man. I don't even care about wins this year. It's kind of crazy. Zion had 23 points. Trey had 21 points. On the Kings side, Precious Achiuwa, 29 points. Kind of crazy. Not going to lie. It was a silent 29. Russell Westbrook, 19 points. I don't know. My final thoughts. Pels had some good blocks. They actually had some pretty good rim protection. They did a good job holding on to the lead. I'll give them that. Most of the time, they choked that shit away. It was against the worst team in the West, so the game felt like we were watching 2 of the worst teams in the league because we were. Honestly, the turnovers were bad in the first half. They had like 7 turnovers going into halftime. They ended the game at 11. Kings had 7. It wasn't a crazy game. It wasn't like the last one. And hey, on to Phoenix tomorrow. Well, it's actually tonight. The Pelicans had me staying up till like 12 o'clock until the game ends because I'm on the East Coast and I'm watching my team play on the fucking West Coast. So now I'm trying to record this video, edit it, and post it tonight. So I'm going to be up all night. And then I got to watch this shitty-ass team tomorrow too. Yay! Look, I really do love the Pelicans, man. I love watching this team. I'm just so tired of being ass that it's like, it's getting to me, you know? As you can see it. But hey, other than that, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for listening to me rant about my favorite team in the world. As much as I shit on them, I love them to death. Have a great rest of your day or night. Remember to like and subscribe. I'll see you later. Goodbye.